Hi everyone, today we are dealing with the topic angle between two lines. So first we are taking two lines which are non-vertical and let their inclinations with the x-axis be alpha 1 and alpha 2 respectively, and the slopes of the two lines be m1 and m2 respectively. So let m1 and m2 be the slopes of the line L1 and L2, and alpha 1 and alpha 2 be the inclinations respectively of the two lines. Okay, then according to the definition of slope, we know that m1 will be equal to tan of the inclination made by the line L1. So it is tan alpha 1, and m2 will be tan alpha 2, right? Now again we know that when two lines intersect, there will be angles formed and you will get two pairs of vertically opposite angles. That means this is one pair, this is another pair. So of which if you take the two adjacent angles, the sum of them will be 180. Now one will be acute and the other will be obtuse for the adjacent angles, right? So we are taking let theta and phi be the angles formed by the two lines L1 and L2. So according to this adjacent relation, we will get theta plus phi should give you 180 degrees. Okay. Now again, starting with the concept that what is phi equal to, we are just going for what is the angle between the two, right? So either we need to find out what is theta or what is phi, because if we get theta, the other one will be 180 minus that angle. Okay, so we are starting with what is phi equal to. If phi is equal to, we are taking and we are considering this as a triangle, phi is acting as the exterior angle. So exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Opposite interior angle means this angle plus this angle. Now since this is alpha 2, this will be 180 minus alpha 2. Okay, so what we will get is phi can be written as alpha 1 plus 180 minus alpha 2, right? So exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles concept is giving you this result. Opposite interior angles. Okay. Now here again phi. What is phi? From here you will get phi is equal to 180 minus theta. So we are again replacing phi as 180 minus theta, which will give you alpha 1 plus 180 minus alpha 2. 180 get cancel, you will get minus theta is equal to alpha 1 minus alpha 2, or theta is equal to alpha 2 minus alpha 1, right? Now taking tan on both sides, what you will get? Taking tan on both sides will give you tan theta is equal to tan of alpha 2 minus alpha 1. Now this is of the form tan of A minus B, which is tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A tan B. Tan A tan B. So since it is product, we can just interchange and write tan alpha 1 tan alpha 2, and here you should mention like tan A minus tan B only. So it is tan alpha 2 minus tan alpha 1 divided by 1 plus tan alpha 1 tan alpha 2, provided the denominator should not be equal to 0. That is 1 plus tan alpha 1 tan alpha 2 should not be equal to 0. Now just go for what is tan alpha 1? It is m1. So you are getting m1 minus, tan alpha 2 is m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. So you are getting the condition as 1 plus m1 m2 should not be equal to 0. And it will show that they are not perpendicular to each other, because m1 m2 is not equal to minus 1. So we got tan theta is equal to m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2, provided 1 plus m1 m2 is not equal to 0. Now in order to find out phi, since we know that phi is equal to 180 minus theta, we have tan phi is equal to tan of 180 minus theta. And what is tan of 180 minus theta? You will get minus tan theta. And for tan theta, we have got the value that we are replacing here, so that we will get tan phi as minus of m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2. Again, the condition is same. 1 plus m1 m2 should not be equal to 0. So now you can see that you have two cases. Either this thing is positive or it is negative. Okay. So we are just breaking it into two cases. First case is if m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2 is positive. If this is positive, you can say that tan theta is positive, right? This implies that tan theta will be positive. Now tan theta is positive means what? Tan phi will be negative, because this is positive quantity, its negative is your tan phi. So this will imply that tan phi is negative. Now tan theta positive and tan phi negative implies that theta is your acute angle and phi is your obtuse angle. So already we have discussed that one will be acute and the other one will be obtuse angle for the adjacent angles. Okay. Now here again the second case shows that if you are taking m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2 to be a negative quantity, if it is negative, then what you will get? Tan theta is this quantity and this is negative means tan theta is negative, right? So tan theta is negative. Now if tan theta is negative, tan phi is the negative of tan theta. So you will get tan phi to be negative of negative will give you positive. So tan phi will become positive. And this shows that theta is obtuse and phi is acute. Okay, theta is obtuse and phi is acute. So you can see that if one angle is acute, the other one will be obtuse. Okay, but what we are doing is we are just combining these two and making that if we are considering only acute angle, if theta is the acute angle, formed between the two lines L1 and L2, then the angle will be defined as, that is tan theta. Then tan theta is equal to modulus of m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m1 m2, provided 1 plus m1 m2 should not be equal to 0. So why we are doing like this is, if we are getting tan theta and if it is giving you a value, you can find out the obtuse angle also by using the concept 180 minus theta. Okay. Next topic is collinearity of 3 points. That means when you say that 3 points lie on a line. So we know that if you have two lines to be parallel, if two lines are parallel, then their slopes will be equal. Slopes are equal for parallel lines. That means you have m1 is equal to m2 if m1 and m2 are the slopes of the two lines, right? Now if I say that we have two lines with same slope and they are passing through a common point. Two lines with same slope means they are parallel. But I am saying that we have two lines with same slope with a common point. That is, they are passing through a common point. Then they must be like, this is a common point, suppose B, A, B, C. Okay. So AB is a line, BC is a line and B is the common point through which the two lines should pass, means you have this condition because their slopes are equal. So this is the only way they can occur. Okay, at that point you can say that the 3 points are lying on a line. Now what is the condition for 3 points lying on a line? If the 3 points are lying on a line, then you can say that slope of this will be equal to slope of this line. Or if the slopes are given to be equal, you can say that the 3 points are collinear. So it is an if and only if condition for collinearity of 3 points, that if you have A, B, C as 3 points, be 3 points on a plane, okay, on an XY plane, then A, B, C lie on a line, or A, B, C are collinear, meaning is same, collinear, if and only if slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. Slope of this equal to slope of this. So here you can see ABC you have on a line, that means slope of this line will be equal to slope of this line. Okay, so this is the condition, if and only if condition for the 3 points to be collinear. This is an if and only if condition.